We are wearing masks. We are giving sanitizer. We have appointments for washing station times. But first and foremost, we are making our students our number one priority to take care of them educationally and as far as safety. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Lysandra. That was beautiful. We really appreciate the work that you are doing at LCC. Thank you so much. For any participants that are out there, our questions will be at the end of the summit. And if you have any questions for Lysandra, write them down so that Ms. Hood can answer those questions for you. So now, boys and I think I'm in the classroom. So now, boys and girls, see how we do. So now, educators and family and students, if you are watching, we are going to introduce to you Miss Cherry Lasley. Miss Cherry Lasley is at Canaan Christian Church, and her NTI hub is Dare to Dream Academy NTI Camp. Please welcome Miss Cherry Lasley.
Well, hello. Thank you so much for having me. Before I start anything, my heart is full watching Senator Baker and the Hatcher gentlemen. I will tell you that I love children. So when they started doing that, my heart just started racing. I was so excited. I was clapping in the background. So I have to just say to them, if they're listening, you all did an excellent job. And that's what we have to do for our children. We have to encourage them. My name again is Cherry Lasley. I'm the Director of Children and Youth Ministries at Canaan Christian Church. To get educational tutoring and life skills tutoring, mentoring. And we were doing that on Saturdays, 2 Saturdays out of the month. And we started with 40 and grew to over 100 children in a short amount of time. Well, COVID came, and so we had to readjust like we all do. And so we started this summer with a summer camp for 7 weeks. And it kind of gave us a head start on the NTI camp because, of course, CDC guidelines, we had to follow all of those. So at the end of that camp, and we discovered they weren't going back to school, that's the birth of our NTI camp. I will tell you that this is what I say when people call to ask about camp. First and foremost, we are observing the CDC guidelines. This campus and where we have our NTI is very large, but every floor space in this building is marked with an X. We take temperatures, we do assessments before they can even get out of the car. I'm also proud to say that we've been doing this since June and we have not had a COVID outbreak here, and I thank God for that. We are doing hand washing. We are doing all the things to try to keep them safe, and the masks, children are resilient. As long as they wear them for a little while, they're used to it. I think it's harder for adults. It's been harder for the adults to get used to that, but we are following the CDC guidelines. Let me tell you a little bit about the Dare to Dream Academy. It was built to address the educational and emotional and physical needs of our children. We really looked at education being a barrier to success, but also life skills and social skills. And we're mixing that in to our NTI camp. Our NTI camp runs Monday through Friday, and that's to assist the parents from 7:30 a.m. to 6 o'clock p.m. We run Monday through Friday. Our children, we provide all the snacks and drinks for our children, but most importantly, we provide love. We are focused on their educational development. We are so worried about them falling behind that the goal is to make sure that everybody is on all their live meetings. And that's an issue because a lot of the teenagers that have come to me, their parents said they weren't getting on their live meetings. So that's required for us. The live meetings, they finish all their work here. We check their work, and we check their work because we're looking for opportunities to tutor. So if we don't allow them to quickly do something and turn it in, we want to see it so we can write it down so we can help them tutor. We want them to be the best they can be. We help them on their projects. The goal is, if they're here all day, when parents pick them up, they want to go home. Parents are tired, they're working, but you can't keep a child in a facility for 7 or 8 hours and then go home and do work. So we want them to be successful. So here, one of the first things that we discovered is that we had children, of course, all different schools, all different assignments, all different times, but the component that is really hard is the reading component. If you can't read, you can't learn. So we have kids here from all different levels. There's some kids here that need a one-on-one. And when you start camp, those are the things that you don't always look for or even be prepared for, but we do have to do that. So we've got some kiddos here that are on 504s, IEP, but we are committed to sitting down and working with them. And I will say that we've had a lot of success with our children. We've had some, mostly teenagers, that have come in and have been failing. And so we've really turned some things around, and I'm really thankful for that. We do have our Dare to Dream staff here, and I'm really thankful to JCPS and Evolve 502, because we do have some subs here that can assist us. Right now we have 40 plus children here in the building, but because our facility is large, we're able to split them apart and have small classes and still social distance, 6 feet apart. We also have a computer lab. We have a lot of components here that can help our young people to accomplish their goals. Some children don't have computers at home. So depending on the age group, middle and high especially, sometimes they need those extra computer skills. We have had kiddos here from kindergarten all the way up through 11th grade. And it really is varied. It's very, but I tell you what we do. We work with them one-on-one. You don't know what you're going to find from day to day sometimes, but it's a struggle for them. It's a challenge because this is different type of learning. So we try to make it as comfortable for them. We understand that this is not the traditional way, but this is the way that we have to make it work. So we do a lot of social skills too, and life skills in between. Our children now, because we identified that there was a lack of reading comprehension, we're working with the Decode Project. We're doing in-house book clubs to promote reading. So we have a lot of components here where we are really trying to help our children. Like all other community hubs, we're just pulling together to do the best we can by our children. We serve anyone from K through 12th grade. Why we serve? Because we care about our young people. We want them to dare to dream. We want to give the next generation a future. We want them to have a usable future. So anybody that goes here, they will tell you that Miss Cherry is on them, but I'm on them because I love them. We celebrate the success. We pick up if they have a failure. At the end of the day, we finish what we have to do and we love on our kids. I'm happy to have kids here. They will tell you that Miss Cherry's crazy. She's the mask police. She runs around. You better not have that mask down. But at the end of the day, we have a really great group of people here who love children. And so we're still taking applications for our NTI camp. I thank you for letting me share with you. I'm sure that Nari will give information. I'm here from 7 o'clock until, whenever. But we're excited and we are really, really happy to serve. So if anyone has any questions, I'll be available to the end for question and answers. And I thank you all for having me.
Thank you so much, Ms. Cherry. We really appreciate you. We appreciate the love that you are giving to our students during this time, because we know this is what they need. They just need that one-on-one time. And so we just really are appreciative of Canaan, Dare to Dream, and thank you so much for being such a wonderful community member for Louisville and JCPS. We really do appreciate you.
Thank you.
Well, now we are going to hear from I Would Rather Be Reading NTI Camp Director Ashley Derringer. When we first talked about doing a summit, I just put out a call on Facebook, and everyone recommended Miss Derringer, and so I am happy that she is here. And so she is going to tell you about her program, I Would Rather Be Reading.
Thank you, Nari, and thank you so much for having me. I'm excited. We kind of spoke on this earlier. I'm just excited to be here and inspired by everyone that is doing this same work. I felt like so many of the things I wanted to say have already been said. One second. This slide is not I Would Rather Be Reading. So I'm going to keep going, but just so that other people can see what we have going on. But anyways, yes, there is such a community need, and that's all we wanted to do was serve. And a lot of us here tonight were on a call back in July talking about how can we get this done? How can we get community hubs up and running? And will JCPS support us? And I'm no longer a JCPS employee, but I am a proud community partner, and I'm just so proud to be affiliated with this school system because I don't know, they've always stepped up to the plate, and I would say like right now, it again, Evolve 502 being provided with substitute teachers and just the resources has been absolutely amazing. Same as everyone else, we're keeping it small. We do serve 40 students, and we have been blessed because lots of different churches and other nonprofit organizations have offered their space so that we can run learning hubs in different parts of the community. So we primarily work out of South and West Louisville. We have 3 learning hubs up and running right now. We're in Shively, we are off Taylor Boulevard at Sojourn Church Carlisle, and then we're in the Park Hill neighborhood at the Dismiss Charities campus. So all of those are amazing places, but what we offer is we basically have the same enrichment opportunities and the same setup, but all of the hours are a little bit different because it's just been based on what the community says they need. We like to develop our programming about what kids and families are asking for and not just what we put out there. And then the resources that are provided and available to us. So I'll do what everyone else did. I Would Rather Be Reading. It's not a brand new thing that just popped up because of online learning. It's something that was a big passion of mine. And my partner, Allison Ogle, a few years ago, we both were educators at Jacob and Vic Elementaries, background in reading intervention and literacy specialty, and then trauma-informed care. So basically what our organization does is we're a nonprofit. We've taken trauma-informed care and high-quality literacy intervention and just woven the two together. And when I say I loved students and children and all of that when I was in the classroom. I loved coaching teachers, but we needed something in a place where we could do both. And just like what everyone else is saying right now, reading is a huge issue. We work with so many students who come in and they're excited to learn, but they struggle with reading. And the older you get and the more that you cannot read and you can't comprehend instructions, the more your self-esteem goes down and your confidence goes down, and you start to feel less connected to school. And as you get further in grades, we felt like families weren't sure how to support their students when they got so far behind. So we made the decision to open up I Would Rather Be Reading. And most people always say, oh yeah, I love books too. And it's like, yes, I love books. I use books as a calming strategy and a way to escape like this very stressful world we live in right now. But I Would Rather Be Reading honestly was built off the students that we wanted to serve and that we're called to serve, and the families that we know that we could partner with to help, give them a hand. It was because we would bring kids into summer. Our very first venture was a summer camp. Our student-teacher ratio is always 3-1, and we always target kids who are 2 or more years behind in reading. And so I Would Rather Be Reading came from, I would have a kid in a classroom I'd see in the hallway every day and be like, oh, good morning, honey. We love you. I'm so glad you're here. But, halfway during the school day, you might see them run out of the classroom or frustrated and like punching the wall. And it's like, well, no, these students don't want to run out of the classroom. They don't want to be in the principal's office talking to them. They would rather be reading, but eventually it's like they're so frustrated that they couldn't feel successful in their classroom. And that's what it led to, behavior serves a purpose. So we do a lot of work in the community. to host free summer programs every year where our students can come and get one-to-one reading intervention from certified teachers, and they get yoga for calming and coping, pet therapy, and they get to read books to dogs and animals and friends and family members. And all of our kids at our summer programs typically make 6 to 12 weeks worth of growth when they're there. So when everything went virtual, we did not host summer programming this year because we felt like we just had to take a breath and figure out how we were going to shift to meet the needs of our families. And that's when the ideas of learning hubs came open. So we have started serving in students about September, I would say, just a few weeks after we wanted to get a grasp for like what NTI 2.0 looked like and what families were saying, you know, the struggles were with it, so we could develop and design a program that would meet their specific needs. And I can't remember who said it earlier, but a lot of our families, when we talk about like Justice Now and, you know, systematic racism and structural racism, the things that our families need, it's like, I mean, I'm saying it, I'm a teacher, and I'm like, I wasn't meant to be at home and teach my own children. You know, I'm great in a classroom. So our families, a lot of them they don't have flexible jobs. They have jobs that they want to keep, or they're in school working towards a job that they want, but they're like, I cannot log online, get my students' work done all day, and then come home and try to like make sure that they are reading and learning and getting their assignments done and go to work and go to school. So our main priority when students come to Learning Hubs is we want to meet their needs. We want to make sure our students feel seen. We want to make sure our parents feel heard. And we want to really be that go-between for the family and the school, so that if our kids need support or our families need support, we can make it happen. There's a little, like, it says student assignment checklist. We put that up there because if families want to know like what we're doing, we like to have open communication. And even if you don't come to our hubs or one of the other hubs that we're presenting tonight, structure equals safety, and it's really helped our students get through this process if they know what to expect every day. So at all of our sites, we have it's kind of like a formula. We don't call ours teachers either, we call them NTI motivators. Each NTI motivator is assigned to 3 students, and it's a rotation where they're getting one-to-one support. And so they have a checklist of how many work assignments they do, and then how many like free choice or independent activities. We're not doing literacy intervention at this point, but we have trained all the people at our sites on some research-based, like highly suggested ways to work with students, so they know how to do shared writing, they know how to do shared reading, they know how to teach a sight word. They know how to help students choose books that are on their independent level so they feel successful. So that's pretty much it. We have lunch. Again, thank you, JCPS. We go to the sites every day and pick up breakfast and lunch for our students. So they have snacks, they're fed 1 to 3. And then we do enrichment. We have Shay from Mindfully Me come in and teach mindfulness. We have Crystal's Keto Kitchen come in and do cooking lessons with our students every week. We have drama lessons, and we're reaching out to all their community partners just to keep it exciting for students. They come in and they look forward to those activities. And then this summer, when we resume with that programming, we are hoping that all of our families can transition and enter our summer programming where we can really get in there and do that one-to-one intervention to help students feel caught up. Yeah. Oh, I forgot I had the second slide. So here are our options. If you want to register, we have a few openings at each of our sites. So if you want to register, you can just visit our website. It's www.iwouldratherbereading.org. There's a tab that says NTI, and all of these sites are on there. And like I said, each hub is based on community need and resources. So our Shively site's open Monday through Thursday. You can come half day, you can come full day. There is a small fee to attend that site. At our St. Anne Dismissed Charities location off Algonquin Parkway, 4:30 to 6:30, you can come. It's after live lessons. So every single day, students work for an hour and a half. They knock off, do that checklist of assignments they have due, and then we end the day with either time in the gym or an enrichment activity from a community partner. And then brand new, last week, we opened up the Jacobs Neighborhood NTI Hub. That one's at Sojourn Church, Carlisle. We are open all day. It's from Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday only. It's free to the community. If you attend Simple Elementary, it's only $25 a month for everyone else. and you can either come for a half day or full day. Again, food's provided and all of the on-site enrichment. All of our community partners just kind of travel and rotate to each of the 3 sites. So the same enrichment. And then check back to our website because we're opening up a site in Russell neighborhood for students who live near Roosevelt Perry Elementary, and that's going to happen next month. So just keep updated. You can contact us through there. The registration forms are there. And if you have any questions, just let us know.
Thank you so much, Ashley. We really, really appreciate you and everything that you are doing for our community. We are just so excited to partner. JCPS is so excited to partner with you and all of our NTI hubs, and we are just really, really excited. Now, educators and family members and everyone, we want to tell you about our JCPS Humana Hub. And here to speak on our JCPS Humana Hub is Suzanne Wright. Let's give her a hand. Thank you, Suzanne.
Thank you so much, Mary. It is definitely a pleasure and an honor to be able to share the great work that has happened here at the Humana Hub. But also, I would be remiss if I didn't thank all of the wonderful community ambassadors on this call who have really taken a step up in regards to really providing that JCPS intentional support. So we greatly appreciate you. So the Humana Hub, JCPS 360, is different in a sense that it provides more of a comprehensive support system. So the people that you've heard from earlier, it is definitely drop your kid off, they can come and get that support. However, at the hub at Humana, specifically on East Main Street, First Street, we provide more than just pretty much that support. What we do have is technical support is provided by our great partners, another one of them called AMP specifically, where they could help people who are having trouble logging on and really helping them understand how to navigate through Google Classroom. The great thing about the community support in regards to the technical support that's provided, the Chromebooks are already there. So families, when you come to the hub and you need some technical support, you do not have to worry about bringing the Chromebooks to the hub. They're actually already there. In addition to the NTI support, we also provide screening physicals by another great group of community ambassadors. The Doctors for Healthy Communities provide free physicals and screenings. We have our pupil personnel staff that is there to provide school choice assistance and any other type of concerns you might have, specifically if your child is just not as engaged and we want to re-engage them back into the system, they can definitely help. We have also partnered with our LMG group, which is specifically our Louisville Metro Government, to provide social service consultation. So specifically, if there's a family out there that needs guidance regarding eviction prevention or even utility assistance, there's definitely some people who can consult with you and help you. So it is by appointment, and we do adhere to all social distance guidelines as well as checking in temperatures. And there is a link that we can share out regarding how to sign up. And you basically pick your time Monday through Friday to make that appointment, and we'll be able to serve you. It is located on 123 East Main Street, and parking is absolutely free for our families while they're getting the services. So again, we encourage you to sign up. We have great, great services there. Again, not just academic, but this is more of a family comprehensive support. At this time, speaking of great community ambassadors, I want to go ahead and hand it off to Nashawn Trabue, who's going to talk about the great work at Bates Community Development Corporation.
Thank you, Suzanne, and thank you so much, Nari, for inviting me to participate in this summit. So we are planning to launch our summit coming up in February of this year. We're so excited to be able to do this. One of the things that said, hey, we need to do this because kids in our community that we serve over 10,000 plus people in the community in the Smoketown area. And a lot of our kids are falling behind. They are falling behind for a lot of reasons. And I said, hey, I can't let another day go by where we don't create a hub to be able to help the best way that we can be able to help. So we're going to be able to, we have a program, a year-round program called Kingdom Academy. So ours is going to be called Bates CDC, which stands for Bates Community Development Corporation, Kingdom Academy NTI Hub. We have a year-round program through Kingdom Academy, which is academic and enrichment. So it's just pretty much a lead off from that. And we're going to be able to, we're looking to, and I'm learning a lot from you all. So thank you for letting me go now. I'm looking to go from 8, probably 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. I haven't made that final decision yet. Yeah, we're looking Monday through Friday as well. We are looking as we speak because of this. So I was looking in regards to a sliding scale, but I think we're probably going to have to go with a free hub at our location. And we're excited to be able to serve the kids, from Englehart and our kids from Dr. George's Mazik and Lincoln and Breckenridge. We're excited. And guess what? The kids are wanting something, a place to go to in Smoketown. There's nowhere to even for them to go. There is, I believe, one learning hub. A hub. Actually, I think Smoketown Family Wellness has one too. But we're excited to be able to bring. We're going to be able to have the capacity to do 50 plus kids. Now, when we start out that way, I think we'll probably have to graduate into that. But we're excited to be able to launch it in Black History Month next month. So I think it's going to be a great, exciting time in Smoketown for us to be able to open up our doors and come on in to the community, because the community is in dire need, especially the people that we serve every day. They are in need of not only having this type of support, but all social services support. And we already provide a lot of social service support, so this is just an add-on, and it's going to really help with family stability for us to be in a position to bring forth this up. So we're excited to do this, and we're thankful to JCPS, Evolve 502, and all the other amazing partners who are going to help to make this possible for us. So we're excited to be here.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. And like we said, questions will be at the end. And so if you have any questions for Nashan, you will be able to ask her questions. Well, I am here right now. Of course, I've been here. So I am just excited to be here. Yes, we are. And so my partner is going to speak about Justice Now. You might have heard a lot about, well, what is Justice Now? And so my co-conspirator and my brother and my co-director and co-founder, Matthew Kaufman, will talk about Justice Now.
Thank you, Nairi. It is such an honor to be here. All these amazing hubs out here, that this community is really coming together to serve kids and to uplift everyone. I am Matt Kaufman, co-founder of Justice Now with Nairi Clayton Taylor. We are housed in the Diversity, Equity, and Poverty Department of JCPS, that is DEP. DEP is our home. And our mission in Justice Now is what our students will be doing this year is they create a diverse array of projects that are designed to uplift each other in our entire community. Together, we are creating an interschool, interdisciplinary, intergenerational, and intersectional movement to show everyone that, as Dr. Cornel West says, justice is what love looks like in public. So a big part of our program is to civically engage kids. We're in the business of creating tomorrow's legislators, today's entrepreneurs, today's grassroots organizers, and today's founders of nonprofits. We are a community model. And when I say community model, I mean we are bringing the community to our kids where they've got a wide variety of mentors. So our advisory council, we have the youngest Metro Council person ever elected in Ja'Cory Arthur. We've got business leaders like Tawana Bain and Audwin Helton. We have founders of nonprofits like Karina Barales and the La Casita Center, like Lamont Collins and Roots 101 African American Museum. We have writers like poetess Hannah Drake. We have creative place healers like Theo Edmonds, organizers like Shamika Parrish Wright, educators like Kishkami Price and Michelle Penix. And We Day, the person who brought We Day to Kentucky, Wendy Serchio. and scientists like Dr. Monica Unseld. We have a who's list of justice leaders partnering with our students on their projects. And this is such a service. Every Monday from 10 to 11 or 4 to 5, our kids will be able to go to justice talks that are led by those leaders. And we're going to be intertwining racial equity and deeper learning. We know everything we do needs to be meaningful and relevant to students. So we are striving for passionate work, no compliant-based work, passionate work. We recognize the skills students have learned during this pandemic and understand that our students are coming back to us a little bit differently than they left, and so school has to change. We also know the status quo might be comfortable to some, but it's deadly to others. So we are empowering our students to take on systems that have been designed against them. We also embrace the truth that those who do the leading do the learning. So we're equipping a community around our students to empower them to lead. And our first huge event for students is this Thursday, January 21st from 5 to 6:30 p.m. We are so excited for this. It is our Justice Now kickoff event. Dr. Polio and Dr. Marshall will be there to bless this work. Our students, again, we're going to model what we do here. They're going to lead the way that night. Our students will be interviewing Charles Booker and asking him, what is good trouble? They're going to be interviewing Lamont Collins and asking, what's it mean to plot and hustle for justice? And how can we become better ancestors? They'll interview Hannah Drake and ask, what is the power of our voice? And how have you discovered the power of your voice? And how do you grow it? And then one of my past students, 2019 JCPS graduate Ariana Tule, will lead a session on justice through love. We'll also have an experience that night as the Young Prodigies walk us through their song they wrote and performed and created a video on this summer, Justice for All. As we engage in this heavy work, we take mindfulness very seriously. We're going to take care of ourselves. So we'll also have a meditation that night led by Olivia Benford, JCPS 2020 graduate. As you can see, this is an intergenerational community coming together to make Louisville our classroom and justice our curriculum. Next slide, please. And here are the schools that we're working with. So I just want to tell you a little bit about these schools, and you can see that this is not a competition. These schools will be collaborating with each other as we learn the justice history of our city together and strive to be the change. So Iroquois High School, they're going to be writing a children's book that's going to be looking at microaggressions in the age of coronavirus and Breonna Taylor. Marion C. Moore is working with Actors Theater to write a radio play that documents Louisville's justice history, past, present, and future. Shawnee's doing some awesome work with DEP right now with social justice and art. Southern wants to take a school bus, renovate it, and create a social innovation hub on wheels. Wagner is looking to create a justice marathon. And they're working with Kentucky Historical Society to learn how to erect new historical markers and put them in the ground. Knight is talking about creating some animation. Johnson also looking at a children's book to document Louisville's justice leaders in the past and the present. And our middle schools that have come on board with Michelle Dillard are, the sky is the limit. They're all just brainstorming right now, but we are touching the sky. And our elementary schools are talking about a multicultural parade. They're talking about creating signs, Black Lives Matter signs, but then add at the end, because why? And create all those reasons. They want to renovate playgrounds. And they are forming an advisory council right now for a museum, a children's museum in Portland. On top of that, we've got student groups who have just joined us. We got the Young Prodigies and Mighty Shades of Ebony. The Young Prodigies will be doing all kinds of music for us. And the Mighty Shades of Ebony have a really cool plan to develop tricked out trash cans so that all throughout the West End, we're going to have trash cans that are really cool, and also do a mural project along those. And then one major group we have, it's a district-wide coalition. It's our district-wide Black Student Union. And they are looking at doing a student-driven school climate audit. They are looking at creating a Black mural that will document past leaders and present leaders. And they are working on a very, very serious mental health project. All of these schools, all of their projects, kids will be able to work on that same work. So if we have students want to work on a radio play, they go to Moore during Moore's Google Classroom time. If they want to work on a children's book, they would either go to Irgoy's time or Johnson's time or actually even Southern's time, who wants to create a children's book to document the journey of this bus. We want to create a collaborative atmosphere for our students. As we build justice in this city, we show everybody that justice is what love looks like in public. And everybody, my co-founder on this, Nairi and I, we've been at this work for 3 months nonstop as we're in DEP, blessed by the leadership of Dr. Marshall and Dr. Vanessa McPhail. And we've got such exciting stuff to show you. Big announcements coming soon.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kaufman, my brother. I really do appreciate you. We also would like to thank Miss Suzanne Wright as well, because she was really, Suzanne Wright and Iwan Hilton. We just want to thank you both for your help in helping with Justice Now.
We would
really
proud of them.
Yes. And so, I keep wanting to say boys and girls. And so, educators, families, and boys and girls, and everyone who is watching, we will hear from a new wonderful program that students can access on their own. I know that we've talked about what students need and how are we servicing them, but we have a program that is free for Jefferson County students called FEV Tutoring. And they are here to talk about how students can access FEV tutoring. And we will hear from Sean Cicero and Chris Bronis. Let's give them a hand.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Nairi. My name is Chris Bronis. I am a business development representative for FEV Tutor in Kentucky. Just to give a little bit of background to FEV Tutor, because we are new to JCPS, in late summer, JCPS knew they had to offer an academic support program to their students in a way that tackled the challenges of non-traditional instruction. They recognized that remote learning and potential hybrid learning environments created challenges to educators and students. So JCPS knew they had to offer a new support program for students and do so in a way that addressed equitable learning. Enabling students and parents to personalize their own learning experience that will meet their unique concerns and at the same time offer the flexibility needed with scheduling was a win-win for the students. So we are excited to share with you today some of the details of our partnership with JCPS and help get you and your students signed up for online tutoring through the program. One thing I want to highlight, this is a free service, as Nairi said, for JCPS students, so it really is a privilege, and we look forward to helping as many students as we can. So what is FEV Tutor? The FEV Tutor program is with a live tutor, fully online, and with 24/7 access. The student is able to schedule their own sessions in a way that is most suitable for their potentially new needs in this new learning environment. Students can log in anytime, day or night. They can log in for homework help or scheduled tutoring sessions that the students have set up beforehand. Another point I want to emphasize, all sessions are recorded. So as a student may want to rewatch a math session, for example, they have the option to do this as many times as they want. And another highlight to that recorded session is parents aren't always able to engage with tutoring sessions with students. This recorded session really gives them the opportunity to do that, given the recorded session opportunity. The program will support students in 4 core learning areas of instruction, and students will have the ability to share files or upload content as needed in their areas of study. The program is device agnostic, so if you have a computer, tablet, iPad, desktop, as long as you have an internet connection, you'll be able to access your tutor in your tutoring session. So, how do you log in as a student and try out the free online tutoring program offered by JCPS and FEV Tutor? With that, I'm going to turn it over to Sean, my colleague, Sean Cicero, and she will share how students can sign up and also learn how to make a little money. Yes, let me repeat that, how students can make a little money while receiving online tutoring support. Thank you, Nairi, again for this opportunity, and Sean, I turn it over to you.
Awesome, thanks, Chris. So like Chris said, students can access FEV Tutor 24/7. So anytime, day or night, if students need any help with their courses, with their homework assignments, our tutors are here to help you really at any time. We really want to make it easy for students to sign up and to be able to access this tutoring. So to start and start meeting with your tutor, really what all students have to do is email ky@fevtutor.com. This is our 24/7 support and scheduling email address that we have people behind waiting to work with you, create and confirm a tutoring schedule, and really it's that offers 24/7 support. So if you want to get set up and schedule a tutoring session, schedule time to meet with a tutor, all you do is email that ky@fevtutor.com with your full student name and then the preferred days, times, and subjects that you'd like to start tutoring. We offer flexible scheduling, so we're able to meet your needs. So if you want to schedule a session on Monday and Wednesday, and then change it up next week and meet on Saturday and Sunday, we have tutors waiting and who are ready to work with you at any time that works best for your schedule. We also have a phone number that if you prefer to call us directly, you can call 855-763-2607. Call that number anytime and we're able, same thing, to work with you to create a tutoring schedule that works best for you. We also have the on-demand option, so if students log on to their tutoring dashboard at any point, again, 24/7, they can access our on-demand feature and connect with a tutor within 20 seconds. If you ever need that quick help, quick support, that's available to you, again, 24/7. And then a really exciting piece that we're excited to announce for the first time tonight is a Learn and Earn incentive that's available for JCPS students. We know that you're online all day, every day it seems like, and we want to reward you for your tutoring efforts, and we want to reward you just for working to grow in any of these subjects. And so we will reward students, JCPS students, who complete 10 hours of tutoring and give them a $10 Amazon gift card on us. We'll keep track of all that information on our end, and we'll make sure that the student reaches their 10 hours of tutoring, they'll get their gift card by the end of the month. But again, we want to reward students for their efforts and their learning. So we are excited to announce that incentive, and we'll share out with more information through email to all JCP students and families after the session. Thank you, Nairi.
Thank you all so much. What a wonderful avenue that can help our students. We really appreciate you. And now, if there are any questions, we can answer those at this time. And we can begin if there are any questions. One question that I would like to ask is, who does have an opening at their NTI camp? And if you can explain how they will be able to attend.
We have a few openings at all of our sites. So if you just go to iwouldratherbereading.org and click NTI, you choose the one that's closest to you or that works best with your schedule. And then once you fill out the registration form, someone will call you. And even if you get a hold of that hub and there's not an opening like right today, sometimes the needs of our families change. So if you're on the registration list and we have a student who stops coming for whatever reason, then we'll call you. And our goal is to keep our hubs, as full as we can, being COVID safe, obviously. But we will call you to make sure we're able to serve as many students as possible.
Okay.
We do have openings at the Dare to Dream Academy NTI camp. You would call Canaan Christian Church and ask for Terry Lasley. The number to Canaan is 459-5578. We do have openings from kindergarten through high school.
We too have an opening at Louisville Central Community Center. We have 2 slots available at the moment. To get in contact with myself, you dial 502-583-8821, extension 130. The other option is to go to our website, lcccnews.org. We have 2 slots available. They go fairly quickly, but we are excited always to serve more students.
Is there, and this is for FEV Tutor, is there a cap on the earnings with FEV Tutor?
So there, I'm sorry, Chris. So there are no caps on tutoring hours. So students can tutor and request sessions and work with the tutor as much and as long as they'd like. As far as the gift card, right now we are going to run this incentive for a month, and then we'll go from there with that Learn and Earn incentive. Good question.
And I read, this is not that question, but Bates CDC, Kingdom Academy Hub, we got a lot of positions that we're going to have open for February, and we're located in the 402 zip code in the Shelby Park area, not far from Bates Memorial Baptist Church, if anyone is familiar with that location.
Thank you. There is another question. Is anyone supporting students with moderate disabilities with an MMD diagnosis or FMD diagnosis? I am aware the students must have the skills to social distance and wear a mask, but is there anyone that is servicing our students with moderate disabilities and FMD diagnoses? I'll take that as a no. Suzanne, do you know how we can put families in touch with learning hubs that with students with ECE, with moderate disabilities? We will make sure that we get to you, Stephanie. I will give you my email and I will put you in touch with Evolve 502 and get information to you about learning hubs that serve students with moderate disabilities or FMD diagnosis. We have a question from Dr. Carla Kent, who at the school level regularly receives the information on Justice Now or the hubs. Is there someone at the school level who will receive information regularly? Oh, goodness. When new hubs are added? Let me ask. Suzanne, can you answer that question?
She's on mute.
You're on mute. Let me.
Sorry. I actually put a website on in the chat regarding that particular question. We have a whole website to answer your question, Dr. Kent, regarding hubs. There's also a specific link on that website that if a family clicks on it, they're able to figure out or determine which sites actually have openings for their children. So that site has all the information I guess families would need in order to sign up for a spot.
Thank you so much. And Matt, do you want to answer the question about Justice Now?
Sure. Yeah, I would just say we've been talking with principals and there's school leaders there. So any of the kids that go to the schools that we listed on this presentation, they can still join Justice Now. However, there are some events that will be open to the public. So for example, Thursday night's event, that'll be live streamed on JCPS's homepage. So that's fully open to the public. And with announcements coming out later on, there'll be more opportunities for kids across the district to be involved. But for right now, it's just those schools. And any kid at those schools can still be involved. They need to ask their principal, guidance counselor, but we're working with teachers at each of those schools, and each school has its own coalition that's been forming.
And that is the question and answer portion. And what days does Justice Now meet? Well,
every day, even Sundays. So Nairi and I, the way this works is Nairi and I meet with individual schools throughout the week, and then our whole cohort, that means all 260 plus students, meets on Mondays at 10 a.m. and at 4 p.m. Students choose one of those times for our Justice Talks. So that's when the whole coalition meets. And the whole coalition is going to meet twice this week. Once for our Justice Now kickoff and the after hours with our guests, and once for our Justice Now turn up, as we have a DJ from Central High School who will be building community with us through music. But we meet all the time. This is all the time work for us. And, we are so honored and excited to do this work.
Thank you so much. Well, we are nearing the end, and Matthew is going to thank all of everyone that helped participate and those who were instrumental in Justice Now. So, Matthew, I'm giving it to you.
So I just want to thank all of our guests for being here. That they say it takes a village, to raise a child, and it's obvious that we have a village here. I also know how important leadership is, and we are standing on the shoulders of giants with Dr. Polio, who leads us the way we want to be led, and who empowers us to do this work, and Dr. Marshall, who made a home for us in DEP and made this work possible, and Dr. Vanessa McPhail. Just as Nairi and I want to empower kids to be the change, to make Louisville our classroom and Justice our curriculum, she empowered us to do this work and help organize us and help navigate these roads as we launch school in a way it's never been done before. So thank you everyone for joining us. It's been an honor working with you all tonight, and we're ready. Thank you, everybody.
And as we close, we want everyone to unmute themselves, and Matthew and I are going to close using our chant, and we want you to join in us. So I'm going to say, what do we want? And what are they going to say, Matt?
Justice!
And you're going to say, when do we want it? And what are they going to say, Matt?
Now!
Okay, so we're getting ready to get there. Get your hands up. We are ready. Here we go. What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Right, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.